You remember back in the good old days when giving a presentation just meant putting some information together, slapping some slides together, and presenting. And you just hope that something sticks. Or if you were one of those very lucky people who were confident in speaking, then it really didn't matter what you said or what the audience got because you were confident. And that's what was important. But it's not like that so much anymore, is it? No, because we have high expectations of speakers. When you come to listen to a presentation, you expect to be informed, you want to be educated, you want to be entertained, you want to be inspired, and you want to make sure that if you are going to give your valuable time, it had better be good. And why shouldn't you have these expectations? You have high expectations of yourselves and of others, and of course you should, because let's look at who we're talking to here. We're talking to the women of the automotive industry. I mean, the people of the automotive industry. I was listening. You are the trailblazers. Because let's face it, you are in an industry that perhaps not that many women will flock to. You already stand out because you are working in this industry, you are working hard, and from what I could understand from all my conversations last night, you like it. So what happens when you make that decision to speak? So whether you are one of those people who really does not like public speaking, but you have to do it sometimes because you're forced to, so you do what you can and you just get it over with. Or maybe you are one of those people who doesn't mind public speaking, maybe you even enjoy it. And you are looking for what you need to do to really up-level it so that you can stand in front of a group and be great. And so that you can stand in front of a group and be that leader that you want to be and that you want them to see you as. Does some of this relate? Okay, good. So whether you are giving sales presentations or updates to management or updates to your team or spearheading a new project, there are big, big benefits when you decide to step up and speak out and give killer presentations. I'm shaking a little bit. I'm going to put down my paper. Boy, I wish I knew what those blank looks on their faces really meant. Am I engaging? Am I charismatic? Do they like me? Do they like what I'm saying? Are they following any of this? Wow, is it ever hot in here? I'm not sure why I agreed to do this in the first place because I really don't like public speaking. And am I done yet? Okay, that's exhausting. And it's hard. And so no wonder so many of us choose not to do it at all. But here's what happens when we choose not to do it. You deprive your audiences of the great value that you could bring to that particular topic and that particular project. And worse still, you deprive yourself of the great leap that you can take in your career of really stepping out and putting yourself in that leadership position. A 2013 study by the National Institute of Mental Health said that 75% of women have a fear of public speaking. And men, 73% of men have a fear of public speaking. So you know what that means, right? They're catching up. Around in the 2000s, working in the 2000s, you know that was the height of the dot-com boom. So that meant that at our office we had massage chairs, and we had beer at the company meetings, and we played frisbee in the hallway. And it also meant that when we had parties, team building exercises. When we had our team building exercises, management spared no expense of the investors' money to make sure that they were epic. So one such team building exercise was a Halloween party, and our company rented a hall, and they rented food, and they even allowed all of the employees to go out and rent costumes from a costume company. And so, and they rented an open bar, and they rented the services of a very cute bartender to tend the open bar. So on the day of this event, there I was in my one-piece silver metallic 1970s jumpsuit and a long blonde wig, and I was single, and I was feeling pretty funky, and there I had my eye on the cute bartender. And so as the night progressed, we were having some fun, and he let me go behind the bar and mix some drinks, and I was sure that we had some deep, meaningful connection started. You know that deep, meaningful connection that you have with bartenders and water ski instructors, right? When new clients come to me, they come to me with 3 specific issues at the beginning. A fear of public speaking, they have to give a presentation, they don't know how to start creating it, and they just want to be great in front of their team. And usually the first conversation goes a lot like this. Suzannah, I'm just not totally comfortable with it. I feel like my voice doesn't really work out, and I don't know what to do with my body, and my gestures need help. So I think that's really a big key for me in public speaking. And I'll tell you what I tell them, which is that that does not matter. It doesn't matter at all, at least at the beginning. Because the only thing that matters right at the beginning when you make that choice to stand up and speak is the content of your presentation. How strong is the content, and how will that content reach your audience? How will it really engage them? If there is no structure, it won't be clear. If it's not clear, the audience won't follow. If the audience doesn't follow, there's no value, and if there is no value, what's the point? So we create this structure so that it becomes easier for you to create structured, engaging, focused, compelling presentations, and easier for you to share the value that you have and really showcase yourself as the leader, and so much easier for the audience to resonate with the message, or for them to connect with you and take it away and have something valuable and concrete. And then the third element that I want to share with you is closing your presentation with impact. Closing with something concrete. Have you ever sat through a really engaging presentation with, maybe you've sat through a motivational speaker or an inspirational speaker, and they have you engaged and inspired, and you love them and you love listening to what they're saying, and they are empowering you to look forward and change your life, and everything is going to be different when you leave, and then they end the presentation with, so that's it. Thank you. And then they walk off the stage. No, that never happens. That never happens, because these people have put a lot of effort into making sure that you walk away with a clear, exciting, inspiring message that you know how to move forward afterwards. And whether you are an inspiring speaker or motivational speaker, or you are selling car batteries, or you are presenting to your team, or you are spearheading a new project, it doesn't mean that it's any different for you. Closing with impact helps your audience remember the key points of what they want their audience to remember. It helps you recall that, and it helps you finish with this forward-facing, looking at the opportunity, I know how things can change and I know how to move forward. That's the point of closing with impact. So think about when you are getting in front of a particular audience and you are really trying to get into their mind and really understand what they're dealing with and what they need to hear, what is that small blip in time that helps you create that connection? Because it's that connection that is really necessary. When you create a structured, engaging, powerful presentation, the connection with the audience and how that message resonates with them is a key piece. It's a key piece to the structure, and it's a key piece to the presentation, and it's a key piece to showcasing you as a leader, and ultimately then it becomes a key piece for getting you into that top 20% of the 20%. So yeah, it's hard to give a presentation. There's a lot to remember, a lot to prepare for, a lot to plan for. And sometimes it's easy to make the decision to just avoid it altogether. But the benefits that come to you when you decide to speak up and stand out and be you are immeasurable. And if you don't believe me, just ask the Trailblazers in this room who are already doing it. So it really all starts with speaking up and stepping outside your comfort zone and dealing with whatever nerves happen. And then it's about structure and creating that structure that really helps you stand out as a speaker. And then it's about being you, finding that connection with your audience as yourself on your terms with your own personality.